I tried over 50 items at the Epcot Flowers and Garden Festival 2025.
Papa? Philippe? So I was gonna film this intro outside, in nature, around the plants, in the fresh air. It was actually gonna be a collab with Oxygen. We're really close. She's literally in my lungs. But there's scattered thunderstorms happening right now. And I just don't think that really fits the theme of this festival. Like, Disney just planted all these flowers, and for what? Oh, girlies, I think it stopped raining. I guess they really are scattered. Okay, let's go film outside. In this video, I'm gonna be trying all the food at Epcot's Flowers and Garden Festival 2025. If you don't know what the Flowers and Garden Festival is, basically, we got flowers. As you can see, different colors, different pollen. They also have tons of food. I'm gonna be trying over 50 items. There's booths throughout the country, throughout the Epcot area, so I'll be going to every single one and just devouring everything. I'll be giving you my honest opinion on each item, and I'll be scoring all of them from 1 to 10. So if you wanna know what's good, at least in my opinion, stay tuned. Last year, I tried all the food at the Food and Wine Festival, and everyone really loved it. Not to toot my own horn, but that was a sound effect that was not real. I'm not here farting around the flowers. Yeah, everyone really liked it, besides this man. I was here first, so if you want to eat somewhere else, you can. You know, I know Grumpy in the new live-action Snow White is CGI, but listen, Disney, I found you the perfect recast. So yeah, like I said before, I'm literally gonna be trying all the food here besides seafood. A lot of you know I don't hate seafood anymore, but I still don't love it, which is what Ariel said when she turned into a human. Oh wait, she couldn't say anything. If I tried all the seafood too, honestly, it would be too many items and too overwhelming for little old me. I mean, at the Food and Wine Festival, I tried literally 80 items, and I almost had a midlife crisis. I'm only 30. It was a lot. Ooh, it's getting stormy again. I'm gonna blow away. Okay, but I'll literally be trying everything else. Oh, also, there's tons of sculptures of Disney characters, like throughout the whole park, made out of plants. So it's like Disney characters if they were vegan. You know who's never gonna be vegan? The Beast. You think a dog's gonna stop chewing bones? Not a chance. Also, I think Purina has meat in it, and that's his favorite brand. He's not giving that up. I will try to show you guys as many sculptures as possible, but first, give this video a big thumbs up if you're enjoying it. It is the easiest way to support me and my whole career. Also, subscribe. I make food content around the world, apparently. So let's go, girlies!
So I just wanted to start the video off with a nice, beautiful shot of the flowers. These are just a few of many throughout the park, and you'll be seeing more as the video goes on. Oh, that's a jump scare. What's wrong with him? Is he okay? That's the first character sculpture I've seen today, and it's definitely gonna stick with me, that's for sure. Anyways, it's time to taste test our first little snacks at our first booth, Florida Fresh. So as you can see, they have conch fritters, a cubanito sandwich, and a Florida strawberry shortcake. I, of course, skipped the conch fritters, but I did get the Cuban sandwich. Oh, look, it's half of me. And the gorgeous Florida strawberry shortcake. That looks incredible.
This is it, guys. It's the start of the challenge. Now, I think it's very fitting that I got the Cubanito as my first item because, first of all, I'm from Florida, so love the booth. Second of all, I'm half Cuban. A lot of you don't know that. Some of you pretend like I say it a lot. I don't. I rarely ever say that. I'm actually very private about that. So I just wanted to let you in on that. If you don't know what a Cuban sandwich has on it, it always has pork, ham, so 2 types of swine, piglet and charlotte. And it always has pickles, Swiss cheese, mustard, and sometimes mayonnaise. Some people say it's not authentic. I like a little bit of mayo, a little bit of Hellmann's. Ooh. I meant Heavenmans. Please don't strike me. I'm having a magical day. And it's always on Cuban bread. It kind of tastes like French bread meets white bread to me. It's a little softer than French bread, you know? So, bonjour, je m'appelle Cubano. Oh. I feel such a connection to the sandwich because of my heritage right now. I feel the vibe. I'm connecting. That's fantastic. When I tell you that truly tastes like an authentic, classic Cuban sandwich, I truly mean it. I think that Mickey might have a little Cuban in him. The Cuban bread is extremely fluffy on the inside, perfectly toasted. The pork tastes like high quality, slow cooked, shredded Cuban pork, to be honest. And the ham has a slight peppercorn flavor to it. Peppercorn is my favorite kind of corn, so I love that. Also, they put a lot of Swiss cheese. It's very gooey. The pickles add that perfect tartness, and there's a lot of mustard on there, a lot. Did they add mayo to this too? Let me see, because I think I tasted some mayo. I think someone farted. not joking, I heard a huge fart. Listen, my fart earlier was a joke. That was a real one, girl. It had base to it. Okay, it doesn't have mayonnaise, but it has stone ground mustard. That's a little different for us Cubans. We typically use French's because of the French tasting bread, right? But I think the stone ground mustard added some creaminess that made it taste a little mayonnaisey. Love. This is amazing. 10 out of 10. Such a good start to the video. Blessings, blessings. Now it's time for the strawberry shortcake. It looks so fresh, so good, guys. Strawberry shortcake is such a popular dessert that there's a whole cartoon character based off of it. I don't see a creme brulee character with a sugar crystal hat. That's because it's not as good as strawberry shortcake. Let's be real, you know? So let's get some of the cake. Oh, it looks so moist. Oh my gosh, my poncho, it's flying away. Stop it, Peter Pan does not exist. You cannot fly. That disappeared. My mouth disintegrated it. That was one of the best strawberry shortcakes I've ever had. The strawberries were so fresh, so sweet. The whipped cream tastes like whipped cream. Like there's not much more to say about that, but the cake, wow. It was giving kind of pound cake, but much more moist, not nearly as dense or dry. And there was also a strong vanilla bean flavor, which really set it apart from other strawberry shortcakes. It really tasted like a vanilla bean frap from Starbucks in cake form. Incredible, delicious, show-stopping. Do vanilla beans give you gas as well? Probably not. Anyways, another 10 out of 10. Florida State so far is my favorite booth, and it's not because it's the only one I had. It really is incredible.
Next up, we have the Epcot Farmers Feast. This is food made by farmers, owned by farmers. And also, it was in the Communicore Hall, which was totally decorated with tons of fake flowers. I loved it. As you can see, they have a scallop, a grilled asparagus, and a blueberry crumble cake. I skipped the scallop and I got the blueberry crumble cake. It's so pretty, so vibrant, and the grilled asparagus with the egg.
This lighting is terrible. Wait, there, that's better. I guess the sun is too busy aiming at the flowers and won't aim at me. So this blueberry compote, whatever, is melting. We have to eat it first. What is it? It's a blueberry crumble cake with blueberry lemon zest, soft serve, and blueberry compote. I love the word compote. It makes me feel like I'm composing something. Is this how Chopin felt? Okay, let's get some crumble, some berries, some compote. My crumbs are flying. It's getting better. So I'm pretty sure that this blueberry crumble is mostly made out of cheesecake. You'd think they'd say that in the description. Like, this has queso in it, but I didn't see that there. It's very nice. So the crumble itself is really crunchy, amazing texture, kind of a rich brown sugary flavor. And the berries taste great. The cheesecake is good, but it's not outstanding cheesecake. Kind of tastes like store-bought frozen cheesecake. It's okay though, because they didn't even have to put cheesecake in here, but they did that anyways as a gift to the world. So I'm not mad at it. Even if it's mediocre cheesecake, it's cheesecake, and we love her. This soft serve is so delicious. It has a nice blueberry flavor without being too blueberry-ish, if that makes sense. It's like a subtle blueberry, and it actually kind of tastes a little bit ube-ish. Maybe it's just the color, you know, and my brain is like, oh my gosh, it's purple, it's ube. And I love ube. It's the Barney version of a sweet potato. It tastes so good. I'm gonna give this a nice strong 7 out of 10. Now we have the grilled asparagus. I'm scared because I smell truffle. I did not read the description. I don't know if it has truffle in it, but I smell it. That's an unmistakable smell. I will never understand people that love truffle. I truly think people eat it just because it's bougie and they're like, I don't mind eating something that tastes like
rotting garbage
if it makes me feel high-end. Like I just ate at Jared's. I'm being judgmental. A lot of people probably truly do like the flavor, but I think we have to question those people. Okay, so this has, I'm scared. Grilled asparagus, pancetta bacon, spring peas, frisee lettuce, frisbee, catch it. Oh, truffle sherry vinaigrette. My nose never tells a lie. And a soft poached egg. So the truffle flavor is probably covering the whole thing. It's okay. I will try to be unbiased and ignore the truffle flavor, but the pancetta looks really nice and crispy and the egg looks extremely jiggly. Okay, wow, that's a very goopy egg. I forgot my other utensil, so I'm just gonna pick it up like this. You know what? The truffle does not taste as strong as it smells. And I'm very grateful for that. Thank you, Mickey. Other than the slight truffle flavor, it has a really good flavor. I think the asparagus is perfectly cooked. It's a little crunchy. Very refreshing. The pancetta has such a nice crispy texture. The spring peas and all the greens on top taste very fresh. Now, I think the egg could have been poached a little longer. I know it's soft poached, but this is just a little too goopy for me. I see the umbilical cords. That's what my mom calls the little white things in the egg that float. She is a biologist, so it must be true. She's not. She's not a biologist, but she's a wonderful mother. I love you, Mom. And then the truffle dressing, like I said, does have a slight truffle flavor, but it's much more of a sour kind of lemony flavor. It just makes the asparagus taste even more refreshing. So overall, I would change a few things, but it's good. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
Next up, we got Beach Grub. Makes me want to get sand in my hair, my non-existent hair. They had a seafood bake, grilled street corn on the cob, and a s'mores bar. I got the s'mores bar, which is visually stunning. Is that not gorgeous? And I got the grilled corn on the cob, which is gonna haunt me tomorrow morning.
I'm having such a fun first day, girlies. Like, it started out a little stressful. I was like, how am I gonna film my intro? The droplets were attacking, but guess what? Things calmed down. I'm eating delicious food. I'm stunning and radiant. I could be a cover girl. Like, what is there to complain about? Nothing. So let's try this s'mores bar. The s'mores bar is a fudge brownie. Ooh, dark chocolate, toasted meringue, and smoked graham crackers. Smoked. Okay, they said we're gonna treat this graham cracker like a rack of ribs. That's what's gonna set us apart from the other booths. It might have worked. Let's try it. Okay. Wow. I expected the graham crackers to have kind of a woodsy, kind of oak flavor to them because they're smoked. Girl, they taste like a pig. I'm not joking. They taste like ham. It isn't a graham cracker. It's a ham cracker. It's such a shocking, nasty flavor that it really shook me to my core. But that's not the only thing I don't like about this. I think the brownie within is so overly rich. It's too much. It's too chocolatey. And the dark chocolate itself also is so sweet and it's so overpowering. And there is some sort of a creamy layer underneath the brownie, but you can't really taste it. I just taste ham and rich chocolate. No bueno, mami. No bueno, no papi. No arroz con pollo. The corn looks really good. So it's grilled sweet. I almost said sweet. Grilled and sweet. Grilled street corn on the cob with savory garlic spread and cheese. The cheese is in quotation marks. They're like, girl, it's cheese. Believe us. Oh, it's plant-based. Okay, well then just put plant-based cheese. Don't put, it's cheese. Mickey's just always trying to be different. You're always gonna be a basic wrap. There's no changing that. Accept it. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Listen, the vegans are being spoiled today because they actually get to eat something that's delicious for once. I'm so happy for them. That corn is stuck in my teeth. It's so crunchy, so juicy, perfectly charred. And the garlicky spread honestly tastes like garlicky sour cream. So I'm really liking that. I love sour cream. I could eat Daisy with a spoon. I'm not the character. I don't eat duck, but the sour cream, you know? And the cheese honestly tastes like the cheap, kind of trashy, delicious, fake tasting Parmesan cheese like in the green container by Kraft. It tastes like that to me. And then there's a tahini type of seasoning on the cheese. Delicious. Really love that. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. Anyone got a toothpick?
I came back to Epcot later in the day and girlies, the sun was shining, I was glowing, and I saw this gorgeous plant shaped like Moana and Maui and Pua and Hey. That is a plant-based chicken. I also saw Mickey, Pluto, and Minnie. Oh, she said, sorry boys, ladies first. Ooh. And I also saw Family Madrigal, the Encanto family, and She-Hulk was there for some reason. Loved your show, She-Hulk. They also had some really pretty plants on the water, some aquatic tumbleweeds, and this bird got stuck. She said, I am not gone with the wind. I'm going against the wind. So I made my way to Mexico, and I came across this cocoa plant with the dog. I forget the dog's name, but he must have had a Red Bull for sure. So the booth here is called Jardin de Fiestas, and they have a taco de Camarón Diaz, and they also have a giant tostada with barbacoa and a choco flan. I got the giant tostada with the barbacoa and the choco flan. Girlies, is that not stunning? Look at the layers. Oh,
so this tostada is gorgeous, but would I say it's giant? No. I wouldn't. You know, I would say it's maybe a centimeter larger than your typical tostada. It's actually almost the size of a Mexican pizza from Taco Bell. So the giant tostada de carne has barbacoa beef, guacamole, jicama, that's interesting, pumpkin seeds, and salsa matcha. Pumpkin seeds, of course Cinderella has to make everything about her. She's like, I'm not even Mexican, but this is my tostada. I'm sprinkling my pumpkin seeds on it from my automobile. I think we're all getting sick of her. Let's try it. Ooh. Mmm. Ooh. I want to scream. I want to scream. My plate flew away. I don't want to litter. Oh my goodness. I've already had some good things today, but that was my favorite. That tostada was sort of bendy in a way, but it was much thinner than your typical tostada and so incredibly crunchy, salty. It tasted like a fresh chip from Chipotle, you know, like the fried one with the little lime on it and the salt. It tastes like that, and that's a huge compliment. The meat itself truly tasted like birria or, you know, just any kind of a slow roasted, ultra seasoned Mexican beef. And then the jicama, I don't even know what jicama is, but I do know it's crunchy and it really added a nice, refreshing, different texture. And the guacamole also tasted like Chipotle's guacamole and it went so well with the meat. Just so extremely flavorful. 10 out of 10. Truly impeccable. The wickedly talented tostada. Now let's try this choco flan. I didn't expect to get this personal in the first like 15 minutes of the video, but I'm gonna say it again. I'm half Cuban. And I've had flan many of times. I know that Mexican flan is probably different than Cuban flan, but I adore flan. It's basically like a super thick, kind of bouncy custard that's typically covered in caramel, but this one has chocolate cake underneath. So let's try it. Oh my gosh. I can just tell I'm gonna really have a hard time stopping myself from eating the whole thing. Timmy, stop, you have more to eat. Timmy, stop. That made me feel gorgeous. That's one of the best desserts I've had, ever. Definitely top 5. The chocolate cake underneath really has that classic chocolate cake flavor. You know, it tastes like how the scene in Matilda looks. It's not too rich, but it's sweet and has the perfect amount of cocoa powder in it. But the difference is this tastes like it's been soaked in some sort of a tres leche mixture or some sort of a liqueur, something. It's very, very, very like wet, but in a good way, not in a soggy way. And it somehow kept its bounciness. Oh my gosh, a leaf. Bounciness. Oh my gosh, my fork. Girly, something sinister is afoot right now. There's leaves attacking me, forks are flying. Is that Mary Poppins in the sky? It's probably her, she's a witch. Oh my gosh, oh, the wind. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna hold on to my camera because I think it might tip over. The flan on top is classic flan, rich, caramelized, and the texture of it goes so well with the chocolate, it's ridiculous. Both the tostada and the flan are 10s out of 10s.
Next up, I went to the Citrus Blossom, and they have sesame tempura shrimp, a citrus baked brie, lumpia, and a lemon tart. This one is inside of the building, very nice, air conditioned. So I got the baked brie, so cute, and the lemon tart, of course, plus the plant-based lumpia.
I have to be honest right now. I've been told that when I'm feeling something to speak it so I'm heard and seen. I'm struggling because this is where it happened. This is where I made that man's day unmagical. Stop. You know, I need to make peace with this. I hope he's out there somewhere on a beach sipping a pina colada with his wife, and I hope he's surrounded by vloggers. Oh, I'm sorry. Wow, that just came out of me. I couldn't hold it back. Okay, so let's first try this plant-based lumpia. So I don't know if you guys have heard of lumpia. I've had it once at a buffet. I loved it. I first heard of lumpia because of Cameron Diaz. There's a video of her talking about how much she loves lumpia, and she's like, lumpia? Adobo? And it's such an iconic video. I think about it every day. No, it's totally fine.
Therefore, you must have a battery backup.
Oh, like a phone one? I don't. I just have a camera one.
Just close.
Okay,
right here, and just get as much
I just have the cord.
You don't have like the thing.
I don't have a brick.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
That was so nice. I thought she recognized me. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm just kidding, guys. She was super sweet. This lumpia has plant-based pork, green papaya salad, and yuzu sweet and sour sauce. Okay, here's some salad. Come on, Listerine. It really just tastes like mint and lemon and crunchy veggies. It's not bad, but it's mint and lemon. It's giving wellness shot. Anyways, let's try the lumpia with the yuzu sweet and sour. Okay, it's good, but I can tell it's plant-based. You know what I'm talking about? Plant-based things sometimes have a plant-based flavor. And it's not really grass, it's more so like Beyond. Sometimes I feel like Beyond Meat is called Beyond Meat because it goes beyond human flavors and starts tasting like dog food flavors. But this only has a hint of dog food. It actually tastes a lot like a veggie spring roll, but then there is an aftertaste of like fake meat, you know? It is garlicky though, it has a nice strong ginger flavor, and the wrapper's very crunchy. I love that. And the sweet and sour sauce is fantastic. Tastes like any old sweet and sour sauce, right? So it's not amazing, but it's good. You know, I'm happy Mickey keeps feeding the vegans. He's like, listen, I might not be vegan, but the vegan girls, that's my squad. Let's go, girls. Who was that? That was not Mickey. Oh, yeah? I'm vlogging. I'm taste testing food.
I thought you like that lady.
Yeah, sure.
I go, the lady is so rude. The guy's talking to somebody.
Oh, it's totally fine. I didn't mind, honestly.
Okay. What do you do?
So my channel is called Timmy's Takeout, and I just like taste test food. I go to like Disney, I go to hotels, I go to restaurants, and I just taste test food.
Really?
Yeah.
Like YouTube channel or?
Yeah. So it's like a long
Yeah,
form
look at
type
that
of thing. Yeah.
Pretty elaborate, huh?
Kind of. It just like follows you around, but it's pretty simple to use
So
actually.
what do you think about them?
That's pretty good. I do think it has kind of that like background fake meat flavor, just a little bit, but it tastes like a spring roll to me. It tastes like a veggie spring roll. I haven't tried that yet. I haven't tried that yet either, but I'll let you know. I'm not gonna lie. I jumped for a second. I was like, it's happening again. But he was super nice. Oh. So the citrus baked brie has limoncello, macerated blueberries, and spiced Marcona almonds. Girl, I don't know what any of that is. All I know is that it's a baked brie. So I just want to say I loved you and Captain Marvel. Is it gonna have a cheesy goop come out of it? Let's see. Okay. How do I, oh my gosh. I'm just gonna pick it up like a Hot Pocket. You know, that's delicious. I thought it was gonna be one of those weird like cheeses with the sweet stuff and then it's like a sweet cheesy thing. This is giving dessert. This is giving cheese Danish with a little extra saltiness. That honey marmalade glaze is delicious. It sweetens everything up perfectly. And I love marmalade. I love the song by Christina Aguilera. What was it called? Mrs. Marmalade? I'm just kidding. I know it's Lady. Of course I know that. I'm a stereotype. And then the almonds are so crunchy. The blueberries are so fresh. It all goes together so well. Delicious. I'm giving the lumpia a 5 out of 10 and the baked brie a 9 out of 10. I'm shocked. Now it's time for the lemon tart. It looks like it has like a piece of wall on it, like drywall. So it's lemon curd, orange fluid gel, aquafaba meringues. Who is that? Aquafina's cousin? And then raspberry powder. Okay, let's just get some aquafaba. Okay, we have a piece of lemon curd, crust, and wall. Ooh, whoa. I'm salivating. It made me salivate. That tastes like a lemon meringue pie, but the flavor is like accelerated to a 10. The crust is a typical tart crust. It's really nothing special, but the filling is like the most tart and lemony orange juice. Like it truly tastes like freshly squeezed orange juice, but like super sour. And the texture is so silky. It is just a burst of refreshingness. And then the piece of wall just adds a nice crunch. So I adore this. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Guys, I think the Flowers and Garden Festival might have better food than the Food and Wine. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Next up, I went to China, and the booth here is called Lan Yuan, I think. I hope I said that correctly. They have cheesy crab wontons, a beef bao bun, and pan-fried vegetable dumplings. So I got the beef bao bun and the pan-fried vegetable dumplings.
Somehow the wind has gotten worse. I was gonna eat in China. I set my food down. I noticed my dumplings almost took flight. So I walked all the way to Mexico. If you haven't been to Epcot, it sounds like I walked across the world, but that's not possible to do that. There's too much water. Okay, so these vegetable pan-fried dumplings have bok choy, carrots, shiitake mushrooms, ginger, garlic, and sesame. All of it sounds amazing besides the mushrooms. You guys know fungi and me do not mix. I think it's because I'm like immune to fungal infections or something. But when mushrooms are chopped very small and they're in like a spring roll or a dumpling, they don't bother me. I'm okay with it. So calm down. Let's see. Oh, look at that. So I can't taste the mushrooms. It's my lucky day. These are very
Hefty dumplings.
like the filling almost feels like it has a mashed potato texture. So it's almost giving like pierogi, dumpling flavored pierogi. And I love that. It's very hearty and filling. I can really taste the ginger. It's very strong. And the veggies taste fresh. Is it the most amazing thing I've ever had? No, but it's good. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Yes. Now we have this beef bao. Oh yeah, it's greasy. Greasified. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my. I've always liked bao blends, but I've never truly been shook by one. This one had me like, oh my goodness. That beef has such a strong, salty, spicy, slightly peanutty, very soy saucy flavor. It also has a hint of like a fish sauce flavor, which I really don't mind. It somehow made it taste richer and more interesting. And the beef itself was lean, very thinly cut. It's giving Philly cheesesteak, but make it Philly cheese bao. Very tender, melts in your mouth. And the bao itself was fluffy. It had the texture of what I imagine Baymax would taste like. He's a marshmallow, right? I can say that. Shook. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Oh my gosh, guys, it's Phineas and Billie Eyelash. They look so good. Next up, I went to Trowel and Trellis, or Trowel and Trellis. You would think they served linens, but they don't. They have pork sticky ribs, a farmhouse plant-based meatball wrap thingy, and some chocolate mousse in a terrain. I got all three. What do we think?
New day, new shirt. Should we strut? G stands for Goofy, D stands for Jock, and M stands for
Monster.
Oh, you're doing vlogging?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Oh, you got all three of them?
Yes, I'm like taste testing like all the food around the
I
festival.
just had the ribs.
Oh yeah?
Those are good.
Yeah?
They are really good.
So let's try this meatball. What does it have on it? Ooh. What is going on? That was some by Maleficent. Angelina, stop this. So the farmhouse meatball is made up of impossible beef with lentil bread. Stop it, please. Spinach, marinated vegetables, and creamy herb aioli. Ooh, sounds very earthy. Let's try it. Okay. Ooh. This lentil bread is amazing. So a lot of you know I lived in Kenya. I'm not trolling. I actually lived in Kenya for a year and a half when I was like 11. And one of my favorite foods there was chapati. I think it was sort of like a tortilla meets bread type of situation, type deal, type moment. And this lentil bread tastes like chapati. It has that slightly stretchy texture, tastes a little fried. Now the meat, to be honest, has the same issue as yesterday. Beyond and Impossible truly tastes the same to me. It's giving Parent Trap, but with factory meat. There is a slight dog food flavor in the background, but in the forefront, that's the first time I've used that word in my life, I think. I'm a scientist again. In the forefront, there's this kind of shawarma spice flavor that's very nice. It isn't strong enough to get rid of that Iams flavor. So I'm gonna have to give the meatball, I think a 4 out of 10. I'm sorry, guys. Next up, let's try this chocolate mousse in the terrain. Guys, it's a terrain. That means it's like a little plant that you can raise. It has matcha crumble and chocolate soil. So I'm guessing that this flower just naturally grew there, right? Biology is so exciting to me. Okay, wow, this is a thick mousse. Wait, there's stuff on the bottom. Oh. I really like the top layer of mousse. It's the thickest mousse I've ever had. I would honestly compare this more to like half-dried concrete than mousse, you know? And it has that perfectly light, airy mousse flavor that is not too sweet, not too strong. And the matcha crumbs on top have a very nice, light, shortbread matcha kind of flavor, but I don't like the texture of them. The texture's kind of giving chalkboard against my teeth. Like if I scratched a chalkboard like this, you know, I don't know why, it's just the wrong kind of grittiness. Well, what's the right kind of grittiness? I don't know. But what I really didn't like about this and what kind of snapped me out of my taste bud happiness was the bottom layer. The bottom layer is too rich, way too rich. It almost tastes like pure chocolate ganache to me, and it just ruined it. It really ruined it. I am all for growing plants. That's why I'm here. I'm here for the flowers. But if a terrain is gonna serve this kind of flavor, I'm not watering it. I'm not watering it. I'm gonna give this mousse, once again, a 4 out of 10. I'm very disappointed. Now it's time for the soy glazed pork sticky ribs with green onions and peanuts. This sounds right up my alley. Oh my gosh, I'm cosplaying as the Beast. Oh, it's show stopping. Oh my goodness, I had to twirl. I'm sorry. That is an incredible rib. First of all, super lean. There's not a blob of blubber, not a piece of cartilage, not a piece of ear. Super tender, fall off the bone, and the flavor is super charred and singed and crispy on the edges. And this glaze is lightly sweet, a bit garlicky, and it just accentuates the charred flavor because that's the main star here. Okay, Cole, you're the lead. Just fantastic. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. So we have 2 flops and 1 slay. So I'm pretty sure this is Germany. I'm not totally sure, but I think it is. And this booth is called the Bauernmarkt. And it's a farmer's market. And they have potato pancakes, toasted pretzel bread, and a berry cheese Danish served warm. I got all 3, as you can see. Oh! Bonjour, Wiener Schnitzel. Je m'appelle, I only know Wiener Schnitzel. I only know that. Look at this view behind me, guys. I can't believe Epcot has their own ocean. Like, that is dedication to immersion. I love it. Let's first try the potato pancake. So you can either get this with applesauce or ham and cheese. I chose applesauce, first of all, because this has ham and cheese on it. So I'm trying it on top of this yeast blob. But I also chose this because I heard that this applesauce is made from the apple that Snow White choked on. When she woke up from her slumber, she just started going like a cat with a hairball. And then once it popped out, she was like, who kissed me? Also, we have to put that on a potato pancake. We gotta do it. And that's Disney history. I'm so hyped to try it. Smells like her esophagus. Okay. I'm gonna take it off. Come on, IHOP. These potato pancakes are very nice. They really do taste like hash browns from a breakfast restaurant, a la Denise, you know? But they are a bit more hearty, and they do have a bit more of a creamy flavor within and texture, but it's still just giving hash brown. And it actually needs some salt, and that's the truth. Now, the applesauce on it isn't bad per se. I just think there was too much of it. When I got a hint of applesauce, it worked. That little bit of sweetness made the hash browns feel a bit more special. But when there's too much of it, it takes over, and all you can taste is applesauce. And I'm not the biggest applesauce fan. I'm not a baby, you know? So I'm gonna give the potato pancakes a 5 out of 10. I think that's fair. Now it's time for this. So I think this is bread, meat, and cheese. So it's like a circular sphere sandwich. It's a toasted pretzel bread topped with Black Forest ham and melted cheese. Okay, so there's no sauce? Nothing to moisten up this rock? Wait, I see sauce. There's some sort of a white, it isn't called je m'appelle sauce. No, it's bechamel sauce. I was close. I like je m'appelle sauce better. Oh, it comes apart in 4 sections. I like that. That's fun. You can share it with your friends. I'm here alone. Look at that. Oh, wow, that's so much sauce. Look at this, guys. It's totally stuffed. You know, it's not as twisted as its fellow pretzels, but it's still one of them. That has a very strong pretzel flavor. It is perfectly salty, and it's potently pretzel. Oh my gosh, that sounds like an album title. Lady Gaga, potently pretzel. Oh, I love it. It is a tiny bit dry in texture, but that's okay because they put so much of this je m'appelle sauce in here. Now, I don't know why they didn't mention the sauce in the description. They should have, because I think it makes it sound more appetizing. That is giving like white cheddar beer cheese. It's like extra sharp, salty beer cheese. It has that nice kind of thick roux homemade texture. It's delicious, and it really brings the pretzel to life. And it's probably what untwisted it in the first place. It was like, you don't want to live this twisted life, girl. The ham is very salty, very nice. It does taste like lunch meat ham, but like the freshly cut lunch meat from the deli, not Oscar Mayer. And the cheese is also very salty. I think it's Swiss. It all comes together very nicely. It's not perfect, but I really enjoyed it. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Last but not least, we have this. Oh, I do know another word. So I know Wiener Schnitzel and strudel. So it's just called warm cheese strudel with berry compote. I love a cheese strudel. I'm not ready. I'm just gonna pick it up. I really don't care. I really don't. Oh my God, the umbrella's like shaking. If it collapses on me mid-filming, I swear, I'm gonna feel like a squished Mary Poppins. Let's... Oh my God. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry, Donald. Listen, that is the best dessert I've had here so far. No, the chocolate flan was at the same level. This is one of the best desserts I've had so far since yesterday. It's been a long time. What a perfect strudel. That is the lightest pastry. It's so buttery, yet so airy and so delicate. It's a lot lighter than your typical Danish pastries, honestly. It kind of like melts in your mouth. Like the little layers are so thin and kind of like butterfly wings, but they're not covered in colorful dust. How do butterflies function with all that dust on them? Girl, take a bath. The cheese This filling is incredible. They put so much of it. I swear it was like this thick. And that really set it apart from other cheese danishes that have very thin layers of cheese. It was also very moussey and it was almost like a whipped cream cheese type of texture with a cheesecake flavor. And the berry compote is the most sour compote I've had in my life. It's very tart. It's actually not sweet at all, but that really complemented that thick layer of cheesecakiness, you know? So that was incredible. I'm giving that a 10 out of 10.
Next up, I went to Refreshment Port near Canada, and I got the Province poutine. I did not get the traditional poutine because that's always there. It's not a festival item. But as you can see, it has flowers. It has a garden on top. It has cheese and honey. Oh my goodness.
Is it safe to eat lavender? Likely safe. Well, let's take our plant here. Oh, I feel like a bee. Imagine a bee flies up to me and is like, that's mine. Stay in your lane. I don't know. I don't feel safe eating it, but it smells really nice. It smells like Bath and Body Works. What does this even have on it? Besides Canadian generosity. Love you, Canadians. It has herbes de Provence, seasoned fries. Who? Goat brie, loved her in room, lavender honey, hazelnut croquant. Who are these people? And fresh lavender. Girl, I'm just gonna go in. I'm not gonna try to decipher that poem. Oh. This is why Canadians are so happy. Those fries are so crispy and they have such a nice rosemary flavor. I don't know if that's what herbes de Provence is or if it's a group of spices, but rose is definitely part of that group. So is Mary. And this lavender honey is delicious. Usually I'm not a big fan of honey, just like in its pure form, it's too honey-ish for me, you know, but with the lavender, the slight floral scents really add a depth that kind of cuts through that honey richness and just makes it taste lighter and sweeter. It's really nice. And then the goat cheese kind of tastes like a sweeter, more creamy version of the squeaky cheese that's typically on poutine, which I love. And the sweetness, particularly with the rosemary, is so beautiful and delicate. Fantastic. I'm giving them an 8 out of 10.
Look, guys, it's Eeyore, Piglet, Tigger, this rabbit who I've never seen. Who is that? And Pooh with his balloon, which is probably dipped in honey. He dips everything in honey, even Piglet, and tries to eat him. Anyways, we are here in France at the Fleur De Lys, which basically means flowers and garden booth in Epcot in French. This is the menu. As you can see, all the names are 10 sentences long, but the food looked real good. So first I started with the chocolate hazelnut cake and the duck confit with gnocchi.
I would just like to thank the people of France for not putting escargot on the menu this year. I mean, I don't know if they did last year, but definitely at the Food and Wine Festival, there were escargots crawling all over the menu. And I tried one. I hated it, but I love France. I swear. Honestly, I bet the people of France don't even eat that many escargots. What do you think? They're eating snails every day? Probably not, but they definitely love fries. I mean, that's how they got their name, right? So let's try this duck confit with gnocchi. Looks great. Is that a webbed foot? Girl. Honestly, it looks like pork. Well, as a half Cuban, everything looks like pork to me, even myself in the mirror. This is called gnocchis provençal, ox, cord, herbs, canard confit, sauce romarin. That is long. It sounds like a Lana Del Rey song title. Let's get a gnocchi. Ooh, they're all nice and crispy in there. You see them? And some duck. Oh. Oh, I did not think I was gonna like that. But here I am quacking up a storm. That's incredible. You know what it tastes like to me? It tastes like a really seasoned chicken and dumpling soup. There's a creaminess to it, even though there's no sauce. Is it invisible? Because I don't see it, but I swear, there's a hearty, milky soup flavor to it. The gnocchis taste a bit different from Giada gnocchis. You know, Giada gnocchis have their own texture. They're quite play-doughy, and they go well with ricotta and spaghetti. But these are more like crispy, little, almost like soft crackers. It's very interesting. They're very buttery. There's a strong rosemary flavor, and the duck tastes like pork. And that is mind-boggling. How can something with feathers taste like something with a curly pink tail? I don't know, but I loved it. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Next up, we have the hazelnut cake. So this is served very hot. It's fresh out the oven. It is called gâteau au chocolat chaud à la noisette. Wait, what does this have though? It just says warm chocolate hazelnut cake. That's the whole description. So it's honestly looking like a molten moment. Come on, Tefiti. Oh, okay. It's not that it's bad. It's just that I don't feel like I'm in France right now. I feel like I'm at TGI Fridays and I got a 2 for $20. That's just what it's giving. It has the same texture as a sit-down restaurant, molten chocolate cake, the same flavor. It's so typical, it's so basic. I'm not impressed. If I brought this to Applebee's and I said, manager, is this your chocolate cake? They would say, why it is. That's exactly it. That's the one that I defrost. So I'm gonna have to give it a 4 out of 10. Then I got the other items, the goat cheese filled guadon and the vanilla filled beignet. Ooh, yay! So this croissant is filled with goat cheese, herbs, and roasted garlic. Sounds fantastic. I've had goat brie, I've had goat cheese. What's next? Goat hoof? Isn't that glue? It's called the Croissant au fromage de chevrolet, herbs et aile rôti. Okay, come on, card promo. See, it has goat cheese on top and in the middle. Double the goat, double the gout. I don't even know if they give gout. I don't know. Oh, enchanté. Oh, enchanté. Mademoiselle. Oh my God. Listen, I know the goats are demonic, but I don't care.
Maybe I like the dark side.
That is incredible. It reminds me of a laughing cow cheese, but this isn't laughing. It's very serious. It has that same tang, but it's much fancier. That garlic flavor is extremely strong, and so are the herbs de Provence. And the croissant itself is so crispy, so flaky. It tastes super fresh. That's incredible. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I would eat that any day of the week. Anyways, we have a beignet now. Come on, Tiana. So it's a caramelized beignet filled with vanilla cream and glazed with caramel fleur de sel. And the name is beignet caramelise fourré crème vanille glacé au caramel fleur de sel. Oh, that's the longest one yet. Okay, come on, we are reading a whole book. This is the 8th chapter in Narnia. It's very heavy. It looks like a Dunkin' Donut to me. Oh, oh. Look at that. Look at that. That is so much better than I expected. Je m'appelle, I'm sorry. I thought it was gonna taste like a basic creme brulee moment. This is so much better. The donut itself tastes much more like a funnel cake than donut. It has that fair food flavor. Oh, there's a tiny little bird, hi. And the cream on the inside is incredible. It tastes like freshly cooked milky custard. It doesn't taste like frosting or anything too sweet. It's warm yet somehow refreshing. And then the sugar crystal on top has a slight orange flavor, a little citrusy. So I really adore that. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Listen, I gotta say, compared to the Food and Wine Festival, France 8. The house down boots, mama. Truly. Next up, I went to Morocco, which is basically where I live. And the American booth is called Magnolia Terrace. I love Steel Magnolia so much. Don't talk about me like I'm not here. Now that was acting. When her hair got all messed up and she was slurping up that orange juice, she ate. Literally, she ate that orange juice and a candy. Anyways, as you can see, I got the spicy gumbo. I also got the muffaletta, which is a sandwich, obviously, and the Bananas Foster rum bread pudding. So this is called a muffaletta. I've never had a muffaletta, but I did have a dog named Muffet. I'm not joking. She was our family dog, and she was so special, girlies. Like, truly, she had legs that were probably like a foot long, but they were like this thin. Naturally, that's just how she was built. She was built like a house on stilts, and her hair was always very frizzy, and we weren't sure exactly what kind of dog she was. We assumed maybe she was something mixed with a coyote. Honestly, I still don't know to this day, but she was so wonderful. I love you, Muffet. Okay, so the muffaletta seems to be a sandwich. What is it? Yes, it's a traditional muffaletta. So there's a non-traditional muffaletta, a crazy muffaletta. I love that. It has ham, salami, mortadella, provolone, Swiss cheese with olive salad. Olive salad. Girlies, I've always thought that olives taste like tires, like on a truck, you know? But I haven't had them in a long time, so maybe I'll love them right now. Okay. I still do not love the flavor of the olive. I still feel like it tastes like a tire, but I do appreciate the kind of pickled sourness that it added to the sandwich. I love all the meats. They all taste very flavorful. And the bread is kind of giving like a gosh, it's very seasoned, fluffy. Love the bread. I have 2 complaints. It needs condiments and there's too much cheese on it. I know everyone's saying,
Timmy, I can never have enough cheese.
Well, congratulations to you. But look, there's like 3 layers of cheese here and 3 layers of cheese here. It's just a bit too much and the cheese texture is a bit too dense. Otherwise though, I think it's very nice. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Okay, let's try the gumbo. Ooh, I'm so excited. So it has chicken and sausage and wild rice. Oh, spicy. Wow. I want more. Can I have a second serving? I'm gonna go up to someone and I'm gonna say, I'll trade you my muffaletta for your gumbo. How about that? This is incredible gumbo. Truly, I'm not exaggerating when I say some of the best gumbo I've had. It's genuinely spicy. And I have a high spice tolerance. You know what I mean? I love spicy food. And this satisfied my spicy craving. It's salty. There's a slight vinegar flavor. There's so much Cajun spice in there. It's ridiculous. The chicken's super tender. The sausage is super flavorful. And the wild rice, usually I'm not that into wild rice. It's too wild for me. But also it tastes a little too healthy for me sometimes, too fibrous, you know? Not this wild rice. It went so well with the gumbo. And honestly, I could eat 10 of these bowls, 10 out of 10. Last up, bread pudding. You guys know bread pudding is my favorite dessert. And this is my first bread pudding of the video, right? Am I forgetting something? No, this is it. This looks so goopy. Ooh, there's a bug. This is Bananas Foster bread pudding with rum caramel sauce. Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm scared. Oh. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Timmy, take small bites, don't choke. Ooh. Girlie, something shifted. Is this how Elphaba felt when something changed within her? That bread pudding is something you'd find at a Michelin star 5-star restaurant. Who is Michelin and why is he in charge of the stars? Who is it? The bread pudding itself is perfectly dense, perfectly sweet. It really has a slight banana bread flavor to it while still making space for the bread pudding classic flavor as well. It is fantastic, but I think that the rum sauce is the main star here. It really elevated the bread pudding. It's such a thick dulce de leche caramel sauce with that hint of richness from the liqueur. And it just coated every bite of the bread pudding delectably and wickedly. I keep making wicked jokes. What's going on? Anyways, that was incredible. The gumbo and bread pudding were two of the best things I had so far at this festival. So 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. And the muffaletta was a muffaletta.
Okay, Simba, what's going on? It looks like you just sneezed with your eyeball stuck open. As you can see, Epcot has a backwards waterfall, which is just one of the visual signs that you are in the future, because that's where Epcot is. You're not in 2025. You are in 2205. Beep, bop, boop, doop. This is the Swirled Showcase. It's an ice cream booth. And I got this very special festival item. It is a liquid nitro honey mascarpone cheesecake. So it's frozen pretty much instantly. It's like, I'm cheesecake. It didn't get to finish introducing itself.
Do you get it? I'm being swirled. You know what I'm noticing? I'm noticing that they're putting the same flower on every single flowery item, besides the lavender. I'll give them that. But Mickey, next item, I'm expecting a tulip or possibly even a morning glory. I want to watch my meal bloom. Is that too much to ask? Anyways, cheesecake is definitely a part of a complete breakfast. It's the first thing I'm eating today. Each and every one of my arteries are like, whoa, this is a bit too much. Timmy, slow down, please. So this is nitro cheesecake. It was frozen by a nitro. I don't think this works. As a cheesecake connoisseur, I really accept most cheesecakes for who they are, even if they're from the store, even if they're from Del Taco. Yes, they have cheesecake. I typically like them, but this isn't working for me. At the Food and Wine Festival, Swirled Showcase served a pumpkin nitrogen mousse that was one of the best things I've ever eaten. But when you freeze cheesecake with liquid nitrogen, it really gives it the texture of a chalky, crumbly, non-creamy, cold cheesecake. It doesn't feel special. It doesn't feel like, wow, this was created by science. It feels like this was created by an unexperienced cook at their house that has never made a cheesecake and didn't put it in a water bath. You know, it's just so chalky, I could honestly write an equation with it. 4 + 4 = 9, beep, bop, boop. Flavor-wise, though, it does taste like a decent cheesecake. Nothing special, though. I'm not tasting the mascarpone coming through. And the honey really doesn't add much. It kind of just blends into the sweetness. You can't really taste it. And the blueberry compote tastes like blueberry pie, which is fine, I guess. But I just expected so much more from Swirled Showcase. I'm gonna have to give it a 3 out of 10. Tres. Without the leche.
Next up, I went to Brunchcot. Now, this is a brunch-themed food booth. And as you can see, they have avocado toast, shrimp and grits, biscuits and gravy, and fried cinnamon roll bites. So I got everything besides the shrimp and the grits. Look at those cheese crumbles. Ooh, and look at this. Look at this fried goodness. And also the biscuits and gravy. Wonderful, gorgeous.
Hey girl, long time no see. We have to catch up soon. We should do brunch. I've been craving scrambled eggs and they have unlimited mimosas, but be careful girl. I remember you getting crazy, you kind of embarrassed me. Still love you though, can't wait to catch up. Okay, Timmy, what was that? Sometimes different beings from the multiverse possess me. I'm not sure who that was, but she definitely loves brunch. So let's first try this avocado toast. What does it have? Marinated tomatoes and plant-based cheese crumbles. Okay, another one, thank you, on toasted ciabatta. Sounds good. I've never had plant-based cheese crumbles, so this is gonna be different for me. Ooh, it also has whatever this is. What is that, a radish? A type of prune? Let's see. Let's get a cheese crumble. Vegans, I have a question. Which kind of cheese crumble are you trying to emulate here? Because it's not giving feta, it's not giving gorgonzola, it is giving foot cheese. Cheese stuck under a toenail. The bite that I had without the cheese was pretty typical, normal, decent avocado toast. The avocado doesn't have tons of flavor, but it is a little limey, but it did taste fresh. I really love the marinated tomatoes. They're super lemony and they kind of taste like basil a little bit. Then I tried the cheese crumble. It took over everything. It's truly vile. I'm not joking. It has a flavor that is similar to bile. That's what the French call it, but let me translate that. Bile. I don't know why it just reminded me of some form of the meat, you know? I don't think I have to translate that when I think you get it. It is horrendous and it ruined the dish. I've had other vegan cheeses like vegan mozzarella and a few others. They're totally fine. It's this particular one that I have an issue with. I'm happy it's crumbling. I hope it gets fully destroyed at some point. I'm giving that a 2 out of 10. Oof. Next up, we have the cinnamon roll bites with candied bacon and cream cheese frosting. Oh my god. Oh wow. It should be. Oh my gosh, what if it was the Food and Wine Festival guy coming back for his revenge? I'm always watching my back. Those are truly incredible. I have one complaint, I'm gonna get it out of the way. I don't think the bacon works on it. I think that the crumbles are too chewy and they're just a bit too smoky for the delicate flavors beneath them. Now the bites themselves are the doughiest cinnamon rolls I've ever had. They went full Pillsbury Doughboy. Ah, he's so sick of being poked. And it's making him self-conscious about his belly. They're like legit stretchy, doughy on the inside, but the flavor of them tastes fully cooked. There's no like floury flavor. What was that? It's like I tried to breathe through my uvula and then the outside is so crispy. In the same way that a croissant is, it's a lot crispier than your typical cinnamon rolls. Radiant, gorgeous. I'm giving these a 9 out of 10. It would have been a 10 without the bacon. Last but not least, we have the plant-based biscuits and gravy featuring Impossible sausage with pepper jelly. Okay, this leaf looks weird. It looks all crunchified. What is that? You see that? It looks, what? Oh, can I eat it? This is why I'm not a giraffe. If people tried to feed me leaves, I'd say, you think that's what I like? Oh, that sausage is tough. Ooh, let's get some leather and some biscuit and gravy and some red pepper jelly. Okay. Okay. So for the first time this week, a plant-based meat doesn't taste like dog food. I commend Impossible for that. They did the impossible. But instead, it's lacking flavor. It doesn't really have a sausage punch, you know, or even a kick. It's just kind of like chewy, tasteless, dry meat jerky, which is better than the dog food flavor, but I still do not like it. Now the sausage gravy is decent. It does have that classic country gravy, black pepper flavor. It is a bit light though, but it's not bad. I think it has a great texture too. But the biscuit, guys, is very dry. And this gravy isn't liquidy enough to quench it. It's saying, I need water. And it's not getting what it needs, you know? But the flavor of the biscuit is classic, so that's fine. And the red pepper jelly, to be honest, doesn't taste like red pepper to me. It tastes like strawberry jam out of the Schmucker's jar. I'm gonna have to give this, a 4 out of 10. You know what? Maybe we shouldn't do brunch. Let's skip brunch. Let's just do dinner. Next up, I went to Connections Eatery. This is one of the main food courts at Epcot, but they do have a few special festival items. As you can see, a hot honey chicken sandwich, a lemon lavender Baumkuchen, and a carrot cake liège waffle. So I got all of them because I'm crazy like that. And there's the Baumkuchen. Such a gorgeous presentation. Also, the chicken sandwich came with a free side of coleslaw, and there's the carrot cake waffle. Ooh. Okay, so this is called a Baumkuchen, which is like a cake that is cooked in layers. So they put a layer, then they cook it, and they put a layer, then they cook it, and it creates a tree effect. So it's not actually an oak. Don't fall for it. I know you were thinking, Grandmother Willow, what did they do to you? But don't worry, she's fine. She's still talking up a storm. And this is a lemon lavender flavor with lemon anglaise, another lavender item. You know, I think something is suspicious here. I do. I think that there's a lack of bees in the world, and there's obviously an effort to get us used to eating flowers, so we start pollinating plants ourselves. I'm sorry, but I can't even fly. That would take me forever. I'm not doing that. Anyways, let's try it. It's very dense.
I'm not surprised. It's a tree, right?
Okay. So I like the lemon flavor, it's subtle, and I actually like the lavender. Maybe it's working. And the whipped cream is great, but I don't know about the tree cake. There's something that's not delicious about it. If you think about it, it's all crust. I think there's too much cake crust flavor for me, and it's taking away from the decadence and the enjoyment. And I also think that the texture is quite powdery, and it just kind of falls apart. I'm sorry, Baumkuchen, but this is not working for me. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. Now it's time for the hot honey chicken sandwich. Southern fried chicken with hot honey and pickles on a brioche bun. And this is a thick piece of chicken. Oh wow. Oh my God. Wow. I'm very upset because this has so much potential.
We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
The bun is super fluffy, classic brioche. The pickles taste like fresh cucumbers that have been pickled overnight. Like, that's iconic, very crunchy, love. Even the chicken breading is perfectly crispy, and it tastes like classic fried chicken, and the sauce is a perfect hot honey. So why am I so mad? Well, that's because one thing ruined the whole sandwich, and it was the pollo within. You know, I'm not expecting a lot from birds these days. I know they're going through a lot, but this chicken is extremely overcooked. It's like a hunk of rubber, like a giant eraser, like a tennis ball that's been squashed. It is so chewy that it totally took away any ounce of enjoyment I had, and I resent that. I'm gonna have to give the hot honey chicken sandwich a 3 out of 10 because of that. It's just the most vile texture. I can't even handle it. Now we have this carrot waffle, I think. I love that. Bugs Bunny finally gets to have breakfast. A carrot cake liège waffle with candied pecans and cream cheese icing. Oh, it's very cold and wet. What's going on? I'm gonna get some frosting. What is going on with connections? I'm not making the connection right now, beep-a-boop. That is the driest, most processed tasting waffle I've had in a while. It's tough. It has a slight bit of cinnamon, but barely any carrot cake flavor. And the cream cheese icing is way too sweet. It tastes like cupcake frosting, and that's an insult. So disappointing. I don't get it. This has been the worst booth so far. Maybe it's because it's part of a bigger restaurant, so they're like, here's some extra snacks. But I'm not happy with it. I have to give the carrot waffle another 3 out of 10. I'm not trying to sound ungrateful, but it's my job to drag if the food is draggable. It definitely is. Look. Oh, sorry. I think the follicles got pulled out.
Next up is Yacht Grub. So you would think they would have tons of seafood. They actually have none. Besides a couple little fish eggs, you'll see. Basically, they have a trio of dips and chips. They have an assortment of meats and breads. And they also have an assortment of cheeses, but I skipped that because it's like the same as the meat one, but just with cheeses, you know? And I really don't feel like being filled up with a massive cheese gas bubble today.
I already have a bone to pick with this Yacht Grub. I don't think that the name is accurate. I don't think anyone that owns a yacht would ever use the word grub. Never. They would say yacht hors d'oeuvre or yacht, yacht sustenance, you know, grub? Are we on a motorboat right now? I don't think so. Anyways, I'm a little upset right now because it's not super hot out, but the sun is so strong right now. I feel like I'm cooking like a piece of bacon, and I can smell truffle coming from this meat assortment plate, and it's upsetting me. Truffle in this heat? Are you trying to hurt me? Let's first try this dip trio. It's caramelized onion dip. Oh, whipped feta dip. Ooh. And pimento cheese dip with house-made potato chips and caviar. Okay, that's accurate to Yachts. It is. I have to give it to them. But I will say it's just a few eggs, just a few little fish siblings here. I think on a yacht it would be like a mountain of caviar. And, oh my goodness, huge bird just flew by. Anyways, let's try this caramelized onion dip first without the caviar. Okay, let me no peace for a second. Oh. Was your door? Dior. Now with the caviar. Come on, huevos. I couldn't taste them. It's probably because I have a non-yacht palate. I can't taste those flavor signals, right? First of all, the chips are just so crunchy, so salty. They really do taste house-made. And this dip is incredible. It has the classic French onion dip flavor, but it's much sweeter and more delicate. But it still has that iconic sour creaminess. It's just more caramelized. I'm gonna give the chips a 10 and the onion dip a 9. Yes. Now pimento cheese. Okay. Yes. Are pimentos just like a shrunken red pepper? Because that's what they taste like. That pimento cheese dip is very basic, but good. It has a strong pimento flavor, that mayonnaisiness, a sharp, unmelted cheese flavor. Classic. I'm happy with it. 7 out of 10. And now, what was this again? Whipped feta.
Ooh, yes.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm trying not to call this scene girlies. That's incredible. That's my favorite. Wow. I can't stop. I'm gonna eat the whole feta blob. That has such a strong, salty, sharp feta flavor with such a strong, pure garlic flavor. Like, it tastes like there's 10 pounds of garlic in there. And I love that. I mean, my breath doesn't. It's like, I was really trying to smell good. And now you do this to me? There's also a fresh lemon flavor, and overall it has this kind of cream cheesy vibe to it. Perfection, 10 out of 10. I'm giving this dip trio overall a very strong 9 out of 10. So now it's time for the meat assorti. Honestly, it should have been named the Yacht Gout, because that's a lot of meat. And that would have been a lot more accurate, because you know who used to get gout? Kings, queens. And who owns yachts? Kings and queens. This has beef, bresaola, prosciutto, ham, and salami with baby arugula, pickled mustard seed, potato jam, truffle oil, and grilled ciabatta. That's a lot of stuff to taste test, guys. I'm just gonna kind of throw it all together. Okay, I'm guessing this is the beef. Oh, it's a rose for you. Oh, ooh. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like it. The meat, for some reason, tastes like old tomato paste. That's the only flavor profile I'm getting. And the bread feels like it used to be crunchy, but it's not anymore. Now it's just kind of like stale. Now salami. I love salami. And some mustard seed. Never had mustard seed by itself. The salami's great. It tastes like a Hillshire Farm little grown-up Lunchable. Have you had those? And the pickled mustard seeds are mustardy, but very tart and sweet. I love them. Now this was, I think, prosciutto or something. I feel like that one needs to be cooked or crisped up or something. It's very gooey and it really doesn't have much flavor. It's almost just like very light deli ham with extra goopiness. I'm gonna have to give the meat assortment a 3 out of 10. Oh!
Next up, we've got the land cart. So this cart or booth is right next to the land, which is basically an eating area, and they also have soaring in there. They have a few little snacks, like a strawberry fruit bar and a Mediterranean vegetable wrap. So I bought both and I took them to the land so I could eat the snacks where they're meant to be eaten, right? And this is what the snacks look like.
So I'm in the land, not the one before time, the one after it. And when I saw these snackies on all the different flowers and garden guides online, I thought, you know, it's gonna be a strawberry fruit bar, like freshly made, and a vegetable wrap wrapped up right there. But guess what? I've seen this at Publix. This is not fresh from the flowers in the garden, but I'm still gonna eat it because it's still food. Let's try the strawberry bar. Oh, my teeth. Ooh. I might have to get these next time I'm at Publix.
Little gift from the mouse.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. It's so nice. I never gotten a gift from a mouse before. That's so nice. They gave me a free cookie. Is it because I'm a vlogger? Is that why? I'm so grateful. Even if it's from a mouse, I think it's safe to eat. I know that rodents carry a lot of stuff, but I'm in Disney World. What's the worst that could happen? For a packaged cookie, genuinely, this is fantastic. I'm not just saying that because it was free and from Mickey. It's nice and chewy. It doesn't have any weird processed flavors. It just tastes like a classic chocolate chip cookie. Wow. What a day. Now, this strawberry bar is also strangely chewy in a very satisfying way. And it literally tastes like blended up strawberries. Like, it tastes that fresh. I'm impressed. I'm gonna give the cookie a 10 out of 10 because it was a gift. And I'm gonna give the strawberry popsicle a nice strong A. This turned out to be great. Okay, let's try this plant-based vegetable wrap. Ooh, it has pickled vegetables. That's exciting. Hummus, cucumber, spring mix, tomato, and chipotle cream. Once again, they're using the parentheses? Apostrophes. Hypocrisies. Whatever this is, I forget the name. I'm blanking. It looks pretty hefty. It looks pretty nice. Looks very fresh, that's for sure. You know, if you're at Disney and you're craving health and wellness, you're gonna love this because it tastes real healthy. It tastes like a salad in a tortilla. Simple as that. But like a really healthy salad, not like a ranchy, cheesy salad. It's my kind of salad. The main star here is the pickled veggie. It's very tart. It really kind of brings the wrap to life. There's a lot of lettuce in there, so it's real crunchy, and the tomato tastes fresh. I do think, though, it would be a lot better if it had more chipotle cream. I can barely taste it. And if it had some sort of a hearty, maybe like bean, something that'll make you fart. Maybe a chickpea or a kidney bean or something. Overall, it isn't bad. It just needs more flavor, you know? So I'm gonna give it a nice 6 out of 10.
Next up, we've got Pineapple Promenade. I've never been to a prom, guys, but finally I get to experience a pineapple version of it. I was homeschooled, so the only prom I experienced was watching that one scene in Greece where they were all flipping each other over and they all looked middle-aged. Anyways, this food booth has one food item, and that is the spicy hot dog. So I got it.
This has pineapple chutney. It has plantain chips, part of my Cuban culture. Once again, it's all about me. Well, half of me. And I do not know what this sauce is. It does not say. I'm assuming it's a spicy mayo because that's what it looks like. Let's see. Mamma mia, that's a spicy hot dog. I love defying expectations. I'm dripping. It's actually pretty spicy. It's not super spicy, but there's a nice amount of spice to it. And I think the spice is coming from the hot dog within. I mean, look at that color. It's gorgeous. It does taste like a very normal hot dog, but I think the spice is more like an aftertaste. And it's giving a hint of cayenne with a hot, saucy sourness. Love it. Now, the pineapple chutney for me is just a tad too sweet. It's going into dessert territory with the sweetness. And I just feel like if it was a little less sweet and just more fresh tasting, I think it would really complement the hot dog better. The plantain chips really work here. They add a perfect crunch, a perfect fried flavor, and this spicy mayo is good. It tastes like spicy mayo. So I'm happy with it. It's not perfect, but I like it. I'm gonna give it a nice strong 7 out of 10.
Next up, we've got the Honey Bistro. As you can imagine, they have honey-themed items. So we have chicken and waffles with a spicy honey butter and this honey glazed cauliflower dish. It looks like 20 things tossed together.
I came back to the land because the sun was doing something sinister to me. I know people say she's just a big star, but guess what? I'm a bigger star. And I think she's threatened. So this is from the bee place. Let's try this roasted cauliflower blob. What's in this? So it's honey glazed cauliflower with honey roasted carrot puree, wild rice pilaf, spring vegetables, honey blistered grapes. Ouch. And sunflower brittle. What a unique dish. Let's enjoy it, shall we? And the wounded grape. I'm gonna skip the grapes. I didn't think I would like that, but I did. Who am I? This really has the perfect balance of sweet and salty. The cauliflower is not mushy, but it's totally soft. Everything has a honey glaze to it, but I can also taste some sea salt and some garlic. And the carrot puree is stunning. It reminds me of a pumpkin pie, but carrot's version, like Taylor's version, you know? It's sweet but not too sweet, and it doesn't feel like baby food. And the wild rice. You know, I liked it in the gumbo yesterday and I liked it here. So I think I might be really into wild rice. I might be going to the wild side soon, girlies. It almost has like a chicken broth flavor to it. That's really simple, yet rich. It all comes together and tastes delicious. I didn't like the grapes, but everything else, fantastic. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Wow, this is a new and improved healthy me. Okay, so this is a chicken and waffle moment, but what is that? Huh? It could be butter, it could be lard, it could be duck confit. I don't know. It says crispy chicken and a sweet honey jalapeno bacon cornbread waffle. That sounds incredible. That sounds breathtaking. Oh, it took it so fast. With whipped honey butter, so it's butter, I knew it, and spicy. You didn't see that wild rice pop out my mouth. It never happened. You're imagining things. You're crazy. I think we need to get you some help. I guess I'll just spread the honey butter around, right? Oh, it's like I'm massaging the chicken from the afterlife. I'm just gonna bite into it like this. I'm sorry if it's not classy enough for you. I don't think you're as classy as you think, so. Ooh, hold on. Oh, I'm just gonna do it like this. Here we go. Well, I know this may come as a shock to you, but I've never been a big chicken and waffle stan. I've never disliked it, but I've always felt like it's just a little too heavy of a meal. It's always doing a little too much. That was a lot, Robin. This is the first time that I truly felt like chicken and waffles belonged in this world. That sweet jalapeno, bacon, cornbread, waffle, whatever it's called, deserved that title. And it also deserves Queen Mignonette Granopolis Donaldi, Princess of Genovia. It deserves that one too, because it tastes royal. It tastes special. So it has a cornbread flavor on the inside, but on the outside it has that waffle crisp. And the little bit of spice from the jalapeno really comes through. And then the chicken, to my surprise, is dark meat. That's a chicken thigh that's been fried. I feel like that's changing it up for the chicken and waffle game. And I think that works a lot better because dark meat chicken is less dry. So it kind of balances out the waffle with some extra grease, you know? And the breading is thin. It has such a good salty fried chicken flavor. And this honey butter on top, gooped. Whoever churned that deserves Best Churner of the Year award. In fact, it was probably some Amish queen that's just on her farm churning all day. You can just taste the mussels in there. Perfectly sweet, perfectly salty, and it melted beautifully on the chicken. And then this spicy syrup brought everything together. Incredible. I'm giving the chicken and waffles a 10 out of 10.
Look, girlies, we are in Canada. Now, I did feel a tiny bit awkward being here because there's a lot going on with Canada right now.
Hi, how y'all doing?
I just want to say, Canadians, a lot of us love you, including me, XOXO Gossip Girl. Anyways, this is the main Canadian booth, Northern Bloom, and they have seared scallops, beef tenderloin tips, and a chocolate maple whiskey cake. I got everything that wasn't oceanic. A boot, toot.
I just have to say, I love being here in Canada because first of all, everyone speaks French just like me, so I understand everything, all the bonjours and the wee-wees. And also, everyone's so nice. One of the cast members recognized me and was like, I watch your videos. And I was like, oh. The fact that people watch me all the way up north, like near Antarctica, is crazy. I'm so grateful, and she was so sweet. And she didn't offer me any free maple syrup, which I expect from Canadians when I meet them. But it was a wonderful experience, and I'm hyped for this food. It looks very heavy. A great start to my day. Okay, so the beef tenderloin tips have a mushroom bordelaise sauce, whipped potatoes, and garden vegetables. As we've talked about a trillion times, I don't like mushrooms, but when it comes to a mushroom sauce, I don't mind it. I think it's whole mushrooms that bother me the most. I need them to be crumbled, broken down. I want them to feel worthless. It's not bad. It really isn't. And I really want to be nice to the Canadians because they're so nice to me. But to be honest, this tastes like a really good lean cuisine. Like it tastes like the beef stew frozen meals, but like an expensive one, like one that's $4.99 and not $2.99, you know? It just overall kind of tastes a little processed to me. Even the sauce, which has a nice wine flavor to it, tastes like it's been frozen in the past. Just like Anna, when the sword went ding. But she did it to save her sister. And the potatoes don't taste powdered, but they still don't taste super fresh, and they don't taste special, and they don't taste exciting. And then the beef itself kind of doesn't have that much seasoning on it, and the sauce isn't doing enough to give it flavor. And it's a bit chewy. I know it's cold in Canada, but the cows need to be defrosted before they're cooked. That's something that I learned in culinary school while I was getting my degree in chewing. See, I'm really good at it. So I'm gonna have to give the beef tips, I think, a 4 out of 10. Not good enough. Now, this chocolate maple whiskey cake does not have a description. It is what it says it is. And I respect that. Ooh, I can smell the whiskey. I'm getting a little tipsy, girl. So it seems to have a dollop of cream in the center, and it's like a little bundt cake. Oh, wow. Ooh, you know, that's cool. That's fun. I like it for sure. I think it's very shareable in the sense that it's super rich and super decadent. I can only have like half of it. The texture is very much like a middle slice of a pan of brownies. You know, it's very ooey gooey, very dense. And the flavor is honestly even richer than a brownie. It's like chocolate on some more chocolate. And then Augusta Goop ate it and then he spit it out. And then they put more chocolate on it. It's just so chocolatey and sweet, but it tastes like a high quality cake. Now, I'm not getting whiskey. I mean, when it comes to liqueurs, don't they just kind of like cook off when the food is cooked? So in the oven, it probably evaporated and turned into nothing. So I'm not surprised I don't taste it, but I wish there was just a hint of it, you know, just to match the title. Overall, it's fine in small portions. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. Yes.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? We are in La Isla Fresca, and I'm pretty sure that means the fresh island. And that island is where Subway originated. That's where they got the slogan, Subway, eat fresh, have it your way. Low prices, live better. Other than Subway, they also have some Jamaican jerk chicken, some seafood ceviche, and a coconut chocolate flancocho. So I got everything but the ceviche. Looks gorgeous.
You know, we've been planning this trip for months. I took time off of my job as an event planner, and we got a dog sitter and a plant sitter and an ant farm sitter. And you've had this attitude this whole time when we're in the most magical place on earth. It doesn't feel magical to me. You know what feels magical to me? When you treat me good. You need to stop being such a jerk. Am I doing too much? No, it's never enough. Like the Greatest Showman. Anyways, this jerk chicken looks so good. I love jerk chicken, even though I'm like one of the nicest people on earth. So this has pigeon pea rice, roasted sweet plantains, and cinnamon butter. Oh, so let's try the pigeon pea rice. It's so good. Listen, as you guys know, I'm half Cuban. Sometimes I'm like, wow, I say that a lot, don't I? And we make this thing called congri, which is basically beans and rice cooked together. It tastes a lot like this. It almost has this earthy bean flavor to it, even though these are peas. They're in the same legume family, right? I don't know, probably. And there's this gorgeous, almost like Goya flavor. Goya is a seasoning, if you don't know. And possibly a very slight cinnamon flavor. It tastes freshly cooked, delicious, fantastic rice. Now, sweet plantains. I've never been the biggest sweet plantain fan, but these taste a little different. They're very cinnamony, extremely caramelized. And also there's a firmness to them that a lot of sweet plantains don't have. A lot of them can be mushy. That's fantastic. Okay, now the jerk chicken itself. Okay, that was good. Oh, spicy. Genuinely spicy. Even for me, the king of spice. You would never believe that because of my Hellman's shade, but it's true. That's some of the most tender chicken I've ever had at Disney. It like melted off the bone. Amazing texture. The outside was a little bit crispy and charred. Now, flavor-wise, it is spicy, but it tastes more like spicy ham than full-on jerk chicken. I'm just kind of missing more of a strong cinnamon flavor. I think it's lacking that, and it's also lacking a sweetness, but it's definitely very smoky. It's just not giving me the full jerk chicken experience that I want. But I still enjoyed it. I'm gonna give this dish a 7 out of 10 because overall it's very enjoyable. Now it's time for the, what was this called? A coconut chocolate flancocho. So all my fellow Cubans are gonna be like, Timmy, you don't know what that is? I don't. I know what a flan is, but I don't know what a flancocho is. Does it coach other flans into being better flans? I don't know. It also seems to have some sort of a passion juice.
Passion juice? I think past filming Timmy meant passion fruit juice, but he forgot the fruit, which is kind of surprising because he's one big piece of fruit.
Liquid on top with this little hat. Very cute. Okay. Ooh. Oh, okay. I'm guessing flancocho is chocolate with flan. This is very similar to the flan chocolate cake that I had in Mexico. I like that one more. It doesn't compare. Overall, it's a bit flavorless. Every layer is lacking the flavor. Dr. Seuss said, if you eat a flancocho, you might go loco. I don't know. So the flan is lacking that signature vanilla flan vibe. It just really tastes like milk here, hardened milk, which is not the most appetizing phrase I've said in my life. And then the chocolate layer to me tastes like very light fudge. So it's like fudge that is lacking a lot of richness and a lot of flavor as well. And when they come together, they're just kind of creating a flavorless duo. But I do like the hint of passion fruit. It adds a brightness and a refreshingness. Otherwise, I'm not a fan. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. Next up, we got the Tangierine Café, flavors of the Medina. Now, the grilled kebabs and the bread, I think they typically have there. So I just got the new item, the Orange Blossom Saffron Cake, which has to be one of the prettiest desserts in the whole festival. This is America's Next Top Dessert. This is the high fashion Vogue Italia dessert. Girlies, I'm kind of sad right now because when I ordered this, all the employees got so excited and they were like, oh my gosh, this is the first cake we have sold. And I was like, really? And they were like, yeah. And they were like, it's really good. You're gonna love it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm the first person to eat this? Maybe of the day. No, probably the whole festival, I'm assuming. I just want you to know that you're worthy and you're loved because you're worth it, L'Oreal Paris. Like, it's a gorgeous cake. It looks so appetizing to me. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. Let's hope I like it. Because if I don't, I'm the only person that's gonna be like, this is bad. Oh, it's crema inside with an orange shell. Oh my goodness. And the little cake underneath. Wow. This looks incredible. Do you see that? They were so right. They were so right. I'm happy to report that the employees here have taste. That's one of my favorite desserts I've had all week. This cream on the inside reminds me of almost like the cream that's in like a fruit tart, but thicker and a bit more milky. It's so refreshing, so light in sweetness and in texture. And then this orange shell is so delicate and it just kind of melts in your mouth. And then the little cake underneath kind of has a pistachio flavor to it. And this raspberry stuff adds such a nice tartness that balances everything out so well. And the actual pistachios are so crunchy and they go so well with the cake. Incredible. I have to go tell them that the cake was amazing. The girl said, let me know what you think. So I'm gonna go let her know. Oh my gosh, it was so good, like so good. Genuinely just like one of the best things that I've had this week here. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day. Girlies, I'm a social butterfly. We are in Japan. Look how stunning. And the booth here is called Hanami. They have frushi, which is fruit sushi, a steam bun, a ramen cup, and tokoyaki, which is octopus balls, which I skipped. I think that goes without saying at this point, right, girlies? But I did get everything else. It all looks amazing. Okay, so this is fruit sushi. It's called frushi, and it has strawberry, pineapple, and honeydew wrapped in coconut rice and tricolor soy wrap, served with coconut cream sauce and toasted coconut. That sounds amazing. You know, in a multiverse where like everyone is a piece of sushi, I would definitely be frushi. So let's try it. I think they're all the same, but they just have different colors.
Okay. Can we be in your video?
Huh?
Can we be in your video?
Sure.
Hello.
Say hi. Hello. You guys are so funny. Yeah, it's on YouTube. I'm a taste tester, so I taste test food. Hi.
Do you have Instagram? Is your sushi?
You did? Timmy's Takeout? Yeah, I'm always at Disney. I'm always at Universal. Yeah.
Is your sushi good?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna try it right now. Should I try it?
Try it.
We'll be back.
So what's your YouTube?
It is Timmy's Takeout.
Timmy's Takeout?
Timmy's Takeout.
Instagram too?
It's the same name, Timmy's Takeout.
Okay.
Thank you guys. It was nice meeting you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Wow, I really am in my social butterfly era, girlies. For a second, I felt like a popular girl. Oh my God. I almost choked on my sushi surrounded by cheerleaders. That was not on my bingo card this month. So that's actually delicious. The rice with the coconut cream kind of serves a rice pudding vibe, but like chilled. And then the fruit is very refreshing and the soy wrap doesn't taste like anything. So it's just like a cold rice coconutty moment. I loved it. I'm gonna give it a nice strong 8 out of 10. I would get it again. Now it's time for this bao bun. So I tried to open it up and it started ripping. It's gonna keep ripping. Oh my goodness. So it's filled with savory flavored vegetables and plant-based soy meat. Okay, this is my 100th plant-based taste test this week. I'm gonna turn into a blade of grass. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Bye guys. Bye. Not me waving with my plant-based bow. Oh. Oh. Mmm. That is the first Beyond Impossible meat this week that doesn't taste plant-based. That tastes like pork. That tastes exactly like the inside of a pork pot sticker. Same texture, which is almost like a meatball texture, and same ginger, garlic, soy sauce flavor. I'm still shook. I'm still shook. That was too social. I can't. I have to recharge my battery. Hold on. I'm rebooting. So the filling's fantastic. If you like pork dumplings, you'll love this. And the bao tastes like a bao. So I'm happy with it. I'm gonna give it another 8 out of 10. Now, this is a cold ramen. It's like a salad ramen, and they told me, shake this before you eat it, or else. They didn't say or else, but I just added that to be a little dramatic. So let's shake it. I feel like Taylor Swift during the first single of her 1989 era. That's what she does. I love her. Okay, I'm feeling better, guys. I'm calming down again. Was I awkward? Did I seem popular? Did I seem like one of the girls? Okay, so this ramen noodle salad has fresh vegetables and grilled chicken served with yuzu, soy vinaigrette, and chili oil. Sounds amazing. That really works. Have you ever had a macaroni salad? Was it cold? Right, right. This is giving macaroni salad, but with an Asian-inspired sauce. That's like what the vibe is. The chicken tastes kind of simple, but it tastes real to me. The veggies taste really fresh and crunchy. The noodles have a great non-soggy texture, and this sauce has a super bright citrusy, very strong sesame oil flavor to it that really works. I'm not a huge fan of sesame oil in hot dishes, but in a cold dish, oh, it's very nice. I'm gonna give this ramen salad a 9 out of 10. It's so refreshing on a hot day. If you're sweating and your pits stink, get this.
We are back in the USA, but this time we are at the little funnel cake stand because they have a special flowers and garden funnel cake called Peaches and Cream. And guys, it was huge. Massive portion, stunning visuals, gorgeous cinematography.
Okay, so this peaches and cream funnel cake has, so what's that say? Powdered sugar, vanilla ice cream, peaches, whipped cream, cobbler crumble, and cinnamon bourbon caramel sauce. So much. That's gluttony. I love it. So the ice cream is sliced like a big piece of cheese, and I think that's very appetizing. I like how it looks. It's a big rectangle. Also, did you know that peaches are actually grown mostly in Georgia? That's where the term Georgia peach comes from. It's kind of like the Idaho for potatoes, but instead it's peaches, you know? All the, ooh, bug. Ooh. Why am I using 2 forks? Oh, that is fantastic. A lot of funnel cakes can be too crunchy and too oily. This one is neither. This one's quite soft and it's not oily at all. The ice cream is just a good quality vanilla, and the peaches are perfectly caramelized. They have a hint of cinnamon, but they still have a slight fresh peach crunch to them. And the bourbon sauce adds the perfect amount of sweetness. It's perfect. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Next up, we are in Italy, and I know you expected me to say Italy, but I am a mature adult and I take my craft seriously. So Italy has a salad, some shrimp pasta, and a chocolate cannoli. I got both the salad and the cannoli, but I forgot to take a video of them, so I'm so sorry about that.
Girlies, look at this view. There it is. Let's go golfing. We are in Italy. I didn't get the pasta because it had shrimp, and even though I don't mind shrimp, I had to follow my rules to keep the week manageable, so I skipped it. So I'm in Italy not eating pasta. It feels wrong, and it probably is. Giada would say, shame on you. Spaghetti. Shame. Anyways, we have a salad and a cannoli. Let's see what's on the salad. It looks pretty simple. I think it's a cantaloupe with tomatoes, balsamic, and mozzarella. That's exactly what it is. It's called insalata arlecchino. Okay. Ooh. Wait, let me get some more balsamic. You know, it's giving H2O. It's giving Zephyr Hills. It's giving watery. I think the issue here is fresh mozzarella to me is a very watery cheese. Cantaloupe is a very watery melon. And tomatoes are a very watery fruit. So it's all coming together to serve hydration, but nothing else. All the flavors kind of blend together into a big blob of meh. And then the balsamic is actually quite nice because it doesn't really taste like balsamic. The sweetness from the melon kind of gives it almost a wine flavor, but it can't save the wateriness. So I'm gonna have to give it a 4 out of 10. And now this cannoli is called a chocolate dirt cannoli. Okay, rub some dirt on it. It looks almost like a cookies and cream filling, which is interesting. Let me dunk it in the dirt. Oh yeah. I got a beer in one hand and my dirt cannoli in the other. No, Italy. The cannoli wrapper thingy itself honestly tastes like oil. It is crunchy though, but the flavor is just giving canola and or sunflower seed. And then the filling, to be honest, tastes like birthday cake frosting, which is an insult. I do not like birthday cake frosting unless if it's chocolate. This is giving vanilla birthday cake frosting with a hint of Oreo. And it's just way too sweet, way too rich. And there's such a thick piping of it that it's just overwhelmingly sugary. I'm not into it. I'm gonna have to give this piece of dirt. Hillary Duff, I'm gonna have to give it a 3 out of 10.
This is the final booth, girlies. We are at the Refreshment Outpost in the Africa section, which is way too small, by the way. And they have a Jamaican beef patty featuring impossible meat and a seasonal fruit parfait featuring mango Dole Whip. Oh, I can still taste that Dole Whip.
So girlies, this is it. This is the final taste test of the whole Flowers and Garden Festival. I think we should do one last stretch, shouldn't we? That was for you, Flower. And you, Garden, too. I've had the best time. I love covering these festivals because I get to try so many cuisines that are, of course, Disney-fied. But I also get to see so many places and people and meet so many of you. So if you came up to me, thank you. Loved meeting you. I sound like such an influencer, which I am. This seasonal fruit parfait has sweet chili sauce and Dole Whip mango, and I think she put some tahini on there, too. So that sounds fantastic. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it. That sweet chili goop, what's it called? Syrup. Oh, no. Ugh. Wait, give me a second. Don't look at me. It passed, okay, we're back. That chili syrup honestly tastes like chamoy. It has the same super strong, super sour flavor that goes so, that goes so incredibly well with this really refreshing mango Dole Whip. And then the fruit acts, what? I'm not computing. The fruit adds even more refreshingness. It is just that perfect sour, spicy, sweet treat that you need on a hot day. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Last but not least, we have another plant-based option. It's a Jamaican beef patty featuring impossible meat with spicy papaya sauce. I love Jamaican beef patties so much. We are ending on a vile note, girlies. Like I said, I love Jamaican beef patties, but this is not that. This is a Jamaican science diet patty. The bready wrapping is so much drier than your typical Jamaican patty. It's almost like parchment paper. It isn't flaky in the slightest, so that's weird. And then the meat on the inside truly has the strongest dog food flavor out of all the plant-based things I tried this week. Canned dog food flavor. Yeah, I said it. Canned. It's just trying to be meat so hard that it's almost gamey. It's overachieving, and it's also extremely dry. It's like a rocky patty within. That is one of the worst things I've had all week. I'm giving it a 1 out of 10. So even though we ended on the worst note possible, I still had a great week. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched this whole thing, you are that girl. Remember, give this video a big thumbs up to support my whole career and little old me, and subscribe. I'll see you next video. I love you guys so much. Bye, girlies.